I had a nightmare and I was awoken by it at about 4:45 a.m. this morning. And I thought I would share it with you. The good news is that I was able to wake up at 4:45 p.m. a.m., which is later than I have been lately. I was on an airplane, and it seemed to be a big airplane, a jumbo, but when I looked after it landed, I thought it was a bit smaller, still a jet, but smaller. And we were flying too low. I didn't understand it. I looked out the window, and we're flying too low. We're like 50 feet, 100 feet above the ground. And then we're over water, like a large canal of some type. And the goddamn plane lands. And like a boat, continues to ride along the water. And I'm saying to myself, what the hell is going on here? And finally, the plane makes it onto some land, and it's not in the air anymore, and the plane is just, I guess you would call it driving on this land. And I make my way up to the front of the plane, and the cockpit is open. It's an open cockpit. And I say, why don't you make an announcement or something about what the hell is going on? And just a smile from the pilot. Eventually, the pilot stopped the plane and opened the doors, and people started getting out. And I said, well, that's cool. I have a chance. Maybe I can just go out here and take a hit of weed. And then we go back in the plane, and he takes off. And I don't know if it was when I was outside or inside, I said, you have an engine problem. And he nodded. I think I was with my parents, and I said to them and or a bunch of other people sitting near me as we're still now taxiing on this plane, that they're going to get a bus for us. That's it, because I was going to Pennsylvania. They'll get a bus for us. Apparently I was coming from New York. And I don't remember if we were taking off, taxiing, or flying low in the air. But I was sort of in the front of the plane, And I don't know why, but my ex-wife was there. And she told me that so-and-so, who I will not name, this is a person I knew, called her a whore. And I became enraged. She was on the plane with her husband, and I think very little of both of them. They were friends of my parents, and they lived in our neighborhood when we grew up. And I went back to the plane, and I remember it verbatim. I saw her there, and I yelled out loud. I yelled her name out loud and said, "You called my former wife a whore." And then I realized that's a strange term, former. So I repeated it as, "You called my ex-wife a whore." And her husband was sitting next to her on the other side of the aisle. It was one of those planes where I could get to him on the other side. There were 2 aisles in the plane. And I went around and I said, I don't remember what I said to him, but I yelled. And a stewardess came up to the woman and started escorting her up on the plane. And I think I realized in my mind that I better settle down or they'll put me in a posy or something. And I don't remember much of anything after the dream, but it was very disturbing. I'm not into dream interpretation. I think dreams are like screensavers. Your mind just, to stay active, dreams up ideas, images. And that's what happened to me. Just to let you know, now I'm talking real world, I am a very unhappy person. I have personal problems, and the collective problems of the world just exacerbate my personal problems. And I just thought I would share this as a dream, a nightmare that I had. Oh, Lord help me. At least it wasn't true. Take care, everybody.